Hey, Willie Nelson here. Today I'm traveling around LA to talk about bathrooms and the debate clogging up Congress.
Absolutely, 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms.
That was Representative Nancy Mace, fired up about her new bill to require bathrooms, gyms, and locker rooms in congressional facilities to be separated by biological sex. Soon-to-be Representative Sarah McBride out of Delaware, who will make history as the first openly transgender member of Congress, would be directly affected. And Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who could bring this to a vote, had this to say.
Let me be unequivocally clear. A man is a man and a woman is a woman.
So today, we're asking people in a video guaranteed to trigger the alphabet crowd.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Should bathrooms and facilities be separated by biological sex? Or is this just common sense being treated like controversy? Let's find out.
As an elementary school teacher, I have never felt threatened by any transgender students, parents, friends. It's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
How do you feel about biological men, transgender women competing in women's sports?
Doesn't really matter to me. It's more skill.
I say men should stick to the men's and the women should stick to the women's transgender. I don't know about a man going into a woman's restroom. Like, just don't feel like it's right. They want to do something bad, they could do something bad.
I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom.
Would you ever date a trans woman?
Definitely not.
To me, it's okay. Aren't they gonna go in and be in a private stall? What's the issue? I've never understood the issue.
They're men, so they should be in the men's room.
And why do you think that is?
Because they have
If that's who they feel they are, if they're women, they should be able to use women's restrooms.
I am a woman, and I use the women's restroom.
Honestly, I have no comment because I don't understand it myself.
What don't you understand?
Being transgender.
I'm opposed to any discrimination against gay people, trans people, non-binary people. It's inappropriate. It's a matter of decency and kindness and compassion, which the people who are trying to ban access seem not to possess.
I think that we need to keep women's spaces sacred. There's a sacredness that comes to being like a woman, being able to dress and undress and be yourself, you know? And when a male comes and infiltrates that space, whether they're dressed up as a woman or not, it changes the dynamic and we lose femininity really is about. Now, I've been in a situation already where I've had to live with a transgender woman. It creates an edge. So, you know, when I become a mother, I don't want to have to bring my little girls in the locker room and be afraid of saying a man, you know?
I heard about this thing called a gender-neutral bathroom, and I don't understand what the problem is up there, except that there's a bunch of weaponized Republicans that want to suppress everything from everybody and then send them on a train to the equivalent of Auschwitz or wherever.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I think it's just not safe for men, women, especially children. I don't think it's safe. I believe you were born with the parts you were born with, and if you've made a decision to alter them, there are certain parts of this world where you still got to function like the way you were born.
I don't have any issue with that. I'm going to be very private. I feel very comfortable in the female restrooms, and I don't care who is next door to my stall. Let them do whatever they want.
It was a sexual assault of a 10-year-old girl inside a Dennys bathroom and an arrest of this suspect, 26-year-old transgender woman Hannah Tubbs.
I think there's a risk of that individual potentially being a predator and utilizing the law to potentially spy on women.
I have no problem with any person using any bathroom that they identify with.
Maybe everyone should have their own would you say like locker room, restrooms, or whatever it is. Just out of respect for different genders. Maybe like 3, one for male, female, and then transgender.
The men should be in the men's, the women should be in the women's. There's a man and there's a woman. There's nothing completely in between.
I feel like it's okay until you do some wild shit, and it's like, you gotta go.
There is no such thing as a transgender woman. You are what your DNA says you are. Everything else is just a Halloween costume.
That's all from Los Angeles, where everyone's offended, unemployed, and still somehow drives a Tesla. This is Willie Nelson, your man on the street.
There's no transgender woman in Jordan.
Did somebody give you this assignment, or like you invented this? You're like, I want to ask people about this.
I don't want to talk about this topic.
She's being told to bail.
Sorry.